Good evening, everybody. Touch the leg. So, very happy to see all of you again. Vijay Sonam said to me, turn wheel of Dharma. Actually, everybody must know, before I turn the wheel of Dharma, I must practice the wheel of Dharma. So it's not easy to turn wheel of Dharma, because in order to do that we really need to practice the pure Dharma. Then I can able to turn the wheel of Dharma. But I'm not that person who are very serious practitioner. Still I try to give you try to give you the correct information about the teaching, how to practice the Dharma. So we have been studying Lamrim for quite a long time. Make sure the more you study Dharma, the more you subdue, tend your mind. The more you study Lamrim, the more you reduce the negative thoughts. Sometimes it's opposite. The more you study Dharma, the more you increase jealous, ego, looking down to someone. For example, when you notice, you have a better knowledge, at the same time it causes to increase your ego, your self-centered. Sometimes you can notice other people, your study partner, have a better knowledge. They can learn much better than you. Then also it causes to increase jealous. Sometimes you can see your study partner cannot learn as you, they cannot learn much as you, then it causes to increase sense of discrimination, sense of looking down to someone. To make sure the Dharma, study of Dharma, the practice of Dharma is look like taking the right medicine for the particular sickness and disease. We are study Dharma and Lamrim. The subject we study is quite you can see quite boring. It's quite boring. Feel you bored, or feel you a bit scared. But if you really seriously study Lamrim, it makes you very happy. It increases your aspiration. You got a lot of aspiration to do good thing. And also through study Lamrim, so we wish to achieve something. The achievement is so important, not easy to achieve. The achievement must be Buddhahood, must be liberation. So each time when you open any Dharma books, when you open Lamrim, you must know why I need to open the books, the Dharma book, why I need to study Dharma book, because I want to be happier person. I want to achieve liberation, fully liberated from suffering and samsara. Not only that, I wish to become a Buddha, as Buddha Shakyamuni, as Buddha Manjushri, as a Buddha Avalokiteshvara. This means the studies look very boring, very simple. The achievement is very great. So each time you must remember why I need to study Lamrim, what is my achievement, how I can achieve my achievement. So in the previous, we study the greatness of Lamrim. Then we study about how to study, how to listen the teaching. Then we study about the qualities of the teacher, the quality or condition of the student. Then we study a little bit about the nature of samsara, particularly the reality of three miserable beings. Now we are studying about Triple Gem, Buddha, Dharma, Sangha is so important because we consider ourselves, I'm Buddhist. Some of you think, I'm not Buddhist, I'm not Christian, I'm not Muslim, I'm just free thinker, which is very good. If you consider yourself as a Buddhist, then you know how to take refuge into Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. So before you take refuge into Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, you need two conditions. Second, after you have the two conditions, second, you need to know how to take refuge. Before you take refuge into Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, you need to know the qualities of the Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, then how to take. So, at the beginning, there's a very important sentence. I think you have read it. Page number 179. Just before the last paragraph. The Buddha, teaching, and the community. What are they? Are the refuge for those who desire liberation. This is a very important, sentence. So, why we need to take refuge into Buddha, teaching, Dharma, and community, the noble being. Why are the refuge for those who desire liberation? If you just wish to be happy only this life, if you wish to be happy for next life, continuously after next life, then not necessarily take refuge into Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. If you wish to achieve liberation, if you have a strong desire to achieve liberation, desire to liberation, then you need to take refuge into Buddha, teaching, and Sangha, the community. It's so important. So, the last, class we study about page number 178. We read one more. Okay, relying on the means for achieving happiness in the next life, right? This sentence is very important. Look at relying on the means. What? Relying on the Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. For what? Achieving happiness in the next life. Right? Then there's another two kind of section. Training in the going for refuge, the excellent door for entering the teaching. Right? So if you take refuge into Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, the depth of your heart, you really, taking refuge to them, then you are entering into Buddha teaching. If you don't really, taking refuge into Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, still you think I'm practicing teaching, I'm studying teaching, but you are not teaching. Teaching has a true meaning. One is the teaching the words. Second is the subject or the subject matter. The second is look at the number 2. Developing the faith of the conviction. There is the root of all temporary happiness and certain goodness. Right? So before you enter into Buddha teaching, before you really, practice the Buddha teaching, first you must take refuge into Buddha teaching and community. Because the teaching is not just study Lamrim so and so. Teaching has a two meaning. One is listening and reflection, and the meditation. The second teaching is the cessation and the path to cessation, right? So if you achieve cessation, then you need to accomplish the path. You can accomplish the path when you really, follow the Buddha, follow the Buddha teaching, follow the noble community. Then developing the faith for the conviction, there is the root of all temporary happiness and the sudden goodness. So this quality, the goodness is not just talking about the simple good things. The goodness, is the, liberation and Buddhahood. So in order to achieve the certain, the goodness, which is liberation and Buddhahood, then you need to develop, you need to generate the faith of conviction is the root. You don't really have, a very strong conviction, strong belief in the Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. Still you wish to achieve liberation, you cannot. That's why these two, sentences are important. Next, look at the cause for going for refuge. So before you taking refuge to someone, you need two conditions. For example, before you see a doctor, you must have a two condition. One, you must realize, you must, discover, I have this sickness, this illness. This sickness, illness is very serious. I cannot cure just, buying some medicine from the pharmacy shop. Right? First, my sickness is very serious, is very complicated. Then what you think? I should go to see a doctor. Not just doctor, the good doctor. Right? So before you see doctor, I have a serious sickness. The serious sickness can be cured by the doctor. You need one is a sense of fear about your sickness. Second, sense of belief. Right? So before you take refuge into Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, you need two conditions. What are they? Sense of fear about samsara and cause of samsara. Sense of belief, right? The cause of going for refuge, in general, there are many causes. However, for our purpose, the following apply. Right? I previously explained, you cannot remain in this life, you soon die. After we death, where we go? We go to next life. Therefore, you have no control over where you will be reborn. For you are under the control of your karma. That's why you should think, nobody, you are very wealthy people, you are very middle class, you are very poor, you are, beautiful, ugly, whatever. Nobody can, live forever. Somehow, among us, somebody will live, before us, somebody will come after us. Everybody have to die, no choice. So after we death, where we go? Then last time I explained, therefore we should ask question, if there's a next life or not, right? Question. Generally, there are many people who believe in next life. as well as there are so many people who don't believe in next life, who don't believe in the previous life. The people who don't believe in next life and previous life, they simply say, I don't believe. They're going to say, why you don't believe in next life? Why you cannot accept next and previous life? Simply they're going to say, I don't know. I don't think so. Or finally say, nobody can see it, right? Right. If this person in Singapore, what you say? I don't know la. Says, I don't know la, right? La, you add the la, then finish. So important are this question. If there's a next life or not. There was my previous life not. Right. Then there's many people who believe in next life. Also there are so many people who don't believe. It's a very important question. So as a Buddhist, we believe. If you don't believe in next life and previous life, then there's no way you can believe in karma. And also there's no way you can believe in Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. So it's so important to believe in next life and previous life. We cannot force. You cannot force yourself. You must believe. You cannot. You must believe on next life and previous life based on certain logics and reasoning or certain evidence. So generally, we can say there's a next life or previous life because many people remember their previous life. Also, we don't know the people is really remembering the previous life or not. How we know, right? We don't know. The most important, we should think I have a body, I have a mind. My body and my mind is not just one phenomena. It's totally two separate phenomena, right? Because after we eating food, we can see our body is growing, become bigger and bigger. Not necessarily our mind is, getting much, kind of intelligent. No, right? That means the body and mind is totally separate. Not only that, then we must know what is the primary cause of my body, what is the primary cause of my brain, what is the primary cause of my mind, right? Of course, this body, we know, is come from our parents. You can call DNA, you can call genes, whatever, come from our parents. Also, brain, right, is also come from our parents. Is the minds are come from our parents or not? This is a big question. Not only that, the mind and brain is one or separate. So means modern time, many scientists believe the mind is not separate than the brain. It's kind of brain activities. So you have to think about there's next level or not. As a Buddhist, we believe based on the logic because the mind, the primary cause of the mind, only mind, the previous mind. Today mind caused by yesterday mind. This year minds caused by last year. Now we go all the way to mother womb. Okay, mother womb. So when somebody just became pregnant today, so today is the first time they became pregnant. That means this in the mother womb, something there. And that moment we need to know if there's a mind, there's a body, only body or mind. Right? We need to study quite, seriously. So therefore, simply you not just simply believe there's a next life. If you simply believe there's next life, then your faith towards Buddha, Dharma, Sangha become just simple faith. If you have a very simple faith, the consequence or the result must just simple. You cannot achieve much. Rise cost of going for refuge 2. Look at. So after I died, I cannot control my life where I want to born. It's controlled by whom? Controlled by karma. It's simply look at. If you have a healthy life, a healthy body for tomorrow, next year, after next year, you must eat healthy food today. You must take care of your body today. That means you have a healthy body tomorrow, right? It is sure. If there is no any other condition. If you eat a lot of bad food today, you should have a healthy body tomorrow, next year, you won't have a healthy body because you ate bad food. Same thing, if you have a lot of positive, positive kind of thoughts today, tomorrow you have a happy mind. If you have a lot of negative thoughts today, next morning when you wake up, you feel you have a lot of negative thoughts. Right? That means positive thoughts produce positive thoughts. The negative thoughts produce negative thoughts. That means karma is not many people, I don't think many people really exactly know what does mean karma. Karma, right? For example, we chant, we do this recitation, then we simply believe, oh, after chanting, you feel you accumulate good karma, right? How do you know I really accumulate positive karma? How do you know? Do you feel it? Your body become a bit heavy? No, right? No. How do you know? How do you know you really you have been accumulating a lot of positive, karma, doing chanting, recitation, prostration, all this activity. How do you know? How we know other people who, have been cheating, killing, stealing, doing a lot of bad things? How do you know the person accumulating negative karma? Someday you can see the people who always doing good things, the people have always suffering and problem. Right? Some of your friends have been doing so many bad things. They have a happy life, happy family, they have a good life. You can see. Then how you can really believe about karma? Here simple you just think, when you say accumulate positive karma, I mean you are putting, a lot of positive habit, good habit on your mind. For example, when you chant, you have a good motivation. That time, you are putting a good habit towards your mind. If you put, good habit continuously 1 hour, then you can say during the 1 hour, I accumulate positive karma because I put a lot of good, habit. So 1 hour you have only negative thoughts. That means you are putting a lot of negative habits in your mind, right? Then now you can see somebody have always positive minds, positive habits. Then we ask someone to do bad thing. We force them to do bad thing, but they will do bad thing for a short time. They cannot do continuously for a long time, right? You can see because due to the good habit, they cannot do a lot of bad thing. And also you can say somebody have been doing a lot of bad thing, negative thing. Ask them to do good thing. Force them to do good thing. They're able to do maybe 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, then go back to the bad habit. That means positive karma, negative karma. I mean if you have a lot of positive habits, then moment of the death, there's a good chance to have a positive thoughts. Positive thought. Due to the positive thoughts, there's a chance to have a reduce all the negative thoughts. Then we wish, we hope we will take a good rebirth. Due to negative thoughts, if you have a lot of negative thoughts while you are, when you are young, so before you, become very serious sickness, got serious sickness, then moment of the death, naturally you have what? Lot of negative thoughts. Due to that negative thoughts, so after you just moment of the death, then you believe you will go into lower realms because the negative thoughts, push you into, a miserable life. Therefore, we always, think about your karma, how much positive karma I have, how much, positive karma, negative karma I have, positive karma I have. Then you just make a calculation within one day. Yesterday, how much negative, thoughts I have, how much, how many positive thought I have. You just make a calculation. Then within 1 hour, you just contemplate, think about how many negative thoughts I have, positive thought I have. At the beginning, definitely you can think, you can see you have a lot of negative thoughts. Therefore, in Tibet, there was a very famous, high practitioner, very famous, Beng Kunjal. I think some of you read the story in the Liberation in Your Plum. When he was very young, he was rubber, right? Rub in the, during the day, he stayed in the mountain. Night he came to village, he rubbed the village people. He had been doing this for many years. Then, so one day I think he was coming from the mountain towards the village. So he met whom? Old lady. He met one old lady. The lady thought, the person must be Beng Koyal. Yeah, we can say Mr. Wang. Easy to. He must be the, Beng Koyal. Then she asked, are you Beng Koyal? He was quite honored. He said, yes, I am. And the lady was so scared and fan. They thought, I'm very bad person. Look at the old lady is fan. Then he thought something wrong with me, something wrong for me. Then he thought, it's no good. Then he changed his mind. He said, since today, I'm not going to do any bad things. Then he changed his mind very hardly. Finally, he able to change. Then, one day he went to, I think, have a lunch or dinner with two family. So there was so many things around him. And I think the owner of the house, the like man or woman, I think they went somewhere. He saw so many things around him. He have a thought to steal. He just, what do you call? Stretch his hands to steal something. No, he steal. Stretch his hand. He just steal something. Like right hand, he steal, and the left hand just hold it. He say, hey, Beng Koyal is stealing something. He hold himself. Then he changed mind. Then he thought, I must check my mind. Then he collect, the white stone and black stone, small pieces. When he has a, bad thoughts, he just put one black stone here. When he has a good thought, he put just white stone this side. At the beginning, almost few weeks, he had only the black stone, no white stone. Slowly, then he saw, one day he saw one white stone. He saw, wow, Beng Koyal, you are good. You did good job. Then slowly he turned. Finally, he found there was only white stone, no more black stone. Right? It's not easy to change the habit. Many people think, I'm okay now, I will do so many bad things. Moment of the death, I try to have a positive mind, but you cannot. You cannot. Therefore, so related to the karma, generally look at the sentence, thus virtues is always weak, and sin is fiercely powerful. Right? Fiercely powerful. Then I explain you why virtue is always weak. The sin or the negative karma is always powerful. Why? Then I told last time, I explained, all the negative karma we have been doing in the perfect way, good motivation, engage in the very powerful. In the end, we have a strong rejoice. When we do positive action, no good motivation. Motivation was good when we really engage. We are not engaging in the perfect way. Motivation was good when we practice in Dharma is good, but in the end, no dedication. That's why the virtue is very weak. Negative karma is so powerful. So then here we just think a little bit. Okay, we everybody have a both positive karma and negative karmas. So moment of the death, which one repent? Which one is repent? Positive and negative? Because we have both. Which one first? How? Why? Why negative? Why not positive? Not positive. That's why, one of the Indian masters said, if the positive and negative karma is very equal, then which one first is repent? And both is accumulated at the same time. Accumulate at the same time. Also, the power is same, amount is same, accumulate at the same time. Then which one come first? We have a negative karma, positive karma. If the negative karma is more stronger, the negative karma come first. Positive karma is more stronger, the positive karma come first. If both of is same, which was come first? Which is accumulate before, positive, negative. Both is same, accumulate at the same time, then which one come first? Then he said, nyewa kang da gomba kang. That means which you have a more familiar. If you are very familiar with the negative karma, then negative karma repent first. If you are very familiar with the positive action, positive mind, the positive karma repent first. How do you know how you can accumulate both at the same time, positive and negative karma? How you can accumulate at the same time? Can we? Yeah, we can. Right? We can. How? For example, I don't think Singapore, in Tibetan society is very common. People reciting Om Mani Padme, Om Mani Padme, Om Mani Padme. They saw the mosquito, this right? Reciting mantra Om Mani Padme Hum, and the right hand, and the left hand kill what? Mosquito. And also men and women, they recite Mani Padme. At the same time, they kill many other insects. We are doing both. But when we recite Mani Padme, we don't have a strong intention, strong motivation. When we kill, look at the sound, right, very strong. Yeah, therefore, always check the karma. So then when you feel, yes, I have a lot of negative karma, then you think due to negative karma, I will take a rebirth into lower realms. Then you have a sense of fear. Fear, right? Sense of fear. Not only you are not really you are scared about death, right? Are you scared about death? No. Everybody going to die. But after we death, then we really feel scared where we go. Right? Sense of scare. That's what is the second cause. Look at, in brief, the cause of your going for refuge are twofold. Your fear of the miserable realms and the like, and your conviction that the three jewels can protect you from them. Okay, protect you from the where? Miserable realms. Right? You need the two causes. So next, look at, based on that, the object to which you go for refuge. Then second, look at identifying the object to which you go for refuge. There's two sections, it's very important. Based on that, the objects to which you go for refuge. That means Buddha, Dharma, Sangha are the object to take refuge, which you go for refuge. Then how you know that you need to identify the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. Then next B, the reason why they are worthy to be refuge. Yes, we must take refuge into Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. Why it's so important? Why it is worthy to be refuge? Then there are how many reasons? 4 reasons. 4 reasons, right? It's generally, we are not particularly talking about, it's generally is so worthy to be refuge. There are 4 reasons why the Buddha is worthy to be refuge. Reason number 1, first, he has mastered himself and attained the sublime state of fearlessness. Too important. Okay? Is mastered, what does mean mastered? He has mastered. I told many times in this book he may say he refer to both. He or she. Not only men, okay, both male and female. He has mastered himself. What does mean? That means he himself, totally subdue all the negative thoughts. Second, his sublime step of fearlessness. He fully free from all the fears. Fear about samsara, fear about cause of samsara, fear about not able to guide someone how to achieve liberation. Reason number 1. What is the reason number 2? He is in all ways skilled in the means of training disciples. Right? That means there's a 2 reasons. Look at. If he had not attained this, which means not attained the fearlessness, not really mastered, then he would not be able to protect others from all fears. Just as person who has already fallen down cannot help up someone else who has fallen down. That means when you take refuge in the Buddha, you should think the Buddha is completely free from all fear. No, he or she doesn't have any sense of fear. Not only that, he or she is totally subdues, totally eliminate all the negative thoughts. Right? For example, you feel so scared going into somewhere. So you ask someone to help, to go through the scary place. If the person who you ask to help, if the person also very scared, so he or she cannot help you. Right? Therefore, this reason, first reason. Second, he is in all ways skilled in the means of training disciples. Not only that, he knows, or the Buddhas know, all kinds of skill, how to train, how to teach, how to guide. If he were not so, he would not able to fulfill your needs, even you want to him for refuge. Right? Now, he is mainly explaining, the quality of the Buddha. What is the third reason? Compassion. If he did not have it, he would not protect you, even if you want to him for refuge. Right? That means it's mainly explaining the quality of achieving cessation, achieving omniscience, then achieving compassion, completely compassionate. If he or she not completely eliminate the negative thoughts, then he or she has some sense of scare about the negative thoughts. If he or she haven't achieved omniscience, then he or she cannot teach all the means, all the methods. That means quality of the cessation, quality of the omniscience, quality of the compassion. Number 4. What is the number 4? He is pleased is so important. Look at, he is pleased not by material offering, but of practice. Is very important. Look at, so that's why we always pray to Buddha. When you really pray to Buddha, first important, you must be good practitioner. You must be very honored. You must be, you always try to subdue your negative thoughts. If you do this kind of practice, the Buddha always pleased to you. Right? But you are totally doing opposite. You don't care about your practice. You don't care about your vows. You don't care about your study. Even though you lead hundreds of millions of light. You burn hundreds of billions of incense. You're offering so many things. But Buddha doesn't have a sense of please about what you are doing. Right? This is so important. Look at, he is pleased not by material offering, but by offering of practice. Practice. Right? If he were not, he would not act as a refuge for everyone, but would have only those who had previously had him. He's talking about, the Buddha is very compassionate. He has a great compassion. The compassion is very unconditioned compassion, very unconditioned love. That means now you can see Buddha is the perfect person. I can take refuge because I have a sense of fear about samsara. I have a sense of fear about cause of samsara, right? Then Buddha is fully free from all the fears. That means Buddha can teach me how I can be, free from the fears. Not only that, Buddha is very compassionate. He doesn't have a favorite and in-favorite. Buddha have a compassion for everybody. If somebody has a compassion to someone, not compassion to some other one, then he or she never act equally for everybody. Right? Here we must learn one thing very important. He is pleased not by material offering, but by offering of practice. That's why the Tibetan high practitioner Lama Milarepa said, I don't have any material offering to you, which is Lama Marpa. Mila said to Lama Marpa, I don't have any material offering, which is I can offer you my practice. My practice. How you can offer your practice to your guru? How you can offer your practice? There's generally, do you remember when we do Guru Puja, there's 4 types of offering. The external or outer offering, inner offering, cigarette offering, suggestness offering. Right? Suggestness. The external offering is all the material offering, the light, incense, fruit, whatever offering. The inner offering, the positive karma, all your practices, you just imagine is manifest as a offering. One way you can offer your practice, your positive action to your gurus or Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha. Another one, you really no need to offer, this is my practice. When you seriously practice Dharma, then, your Guru, Buddhas always pleased about your practice. That means you are actually, making happy, your Gurus, Buddha. That means there's another one way offering your practice. Then, the cigarette offering is much more related to the Vajrayana practice. Then suggestness offering, offering of the truth, offering of the, ultimate truth. Do you remember, when you receive initiation? So before the initiation, Guru always asks you to generate bodhicitta. After you fully generate bodhicitta, then Guru asks you to imagine, visualize bodhicitta transform as a moon disk in your heart. Then second, Guru asks you to, meditate on emptiness, selflessness. Then the emptiness, the wisdom which realizes emptiness, the mind which realizes emptiness, transform as a white vajra above the moon disk. That means, practice of bodhicitta transform as a moon disk. Practice of emptiness transform as a vajra, right? Vajra. Then you can offer this kind of the form, the emptiness transform as a vajra. The emptiness transform as a flower, incense. Then we can call, offering of the, ultimate truth or offering of the suchness. Offering. The most importantly, if you are able to offer your practice is the best offering to Triple Gem, to your Guru. Okay, and then there's one more, page number 180. In brief, only one who is free of all fears, who is skilled in the means of offering other from fear, who has great impartial compassion for everyone, and who act for everyone welfare regardless of whether or not they have benefit him, is worthy for being refuge. This is mainly explain, what kind of refuge you must take refuge. What kind of object you must take as a refuge. So Buddha, right? Next, there's a lot of quotation. Then next we go page number 181. The way you go for refuge. Here's also 4 sections, 4 aspects. Going for refuge by knowing the good qualities, by knowing the distinctions, through commitment. What's the number 4? By refusing to knowledge other refuge. Those are very important. You must take refuge, knowing the quality of Buddha, knowing qualities of the teaching, knowing qualities of the Sangha, community, Sangha, okay? Sangha or noble community. Second, by knowing the distinction, right? Distinction. You must know this must be the right one. I must take refuge. This is not the right things. I should not take refuge. You must know the distinction. Which one you must take refuge? Which one you should not take refuge? Now let's say, there's a Buddha Shakyamuni. There's a other very famous, like a, just famous person. So whom you should take refuge? Of course Buddha. Because Buddha has all this quality. Other being doesn't have all these good qualities. Right? Knowing the distinction. Then through commitment, by refusing to know knowledge other refuge. Now quality. So quality has a quality of the Buddha body, speech and mind. Among the qualities, the mental quality is so important. It has how many folds? There's a 2 fold, right? What are they? Knowledge and caring. Okay. So look at. So when we think about Buddha, of course, we think about his body. His body is not like our body, which is like a, kind of flesh and bone. is very pure, but not that important. Not important. Most importantly, speech is very important. Speech and teaching is very important. Teaching, then the next one, the mind. Speech and mind are very important. So therefore, look at, in your home you have a Buddha statues, any kinds of Buddha, doesn't matter, Buddha Shakyamuni, Manjushri, Avalokiteshvara, Kuan or Amida Buddha, whatever. You have a Buddha statues. Then you have a Dharma text. What we usually do, we always care the statue. We don't care much about the text, right? Because when we have a Buddha statue, made of like a gold or made of whatever, we always care, pay respect. We don't pay much respect to the teaching, the text. Usually, generally, you must have a more respect to the teaching than the statue. If you need to put, statue and the book, you must put that, that Buddha teaching book is above the statue. But sometimes we put the opposite, right? It's wrong. That means if you have a true level, first you put the Buddha statue above, you can put the text. Now you can see, we put text above there. There's a Mahakali, there's other like Buddha statue. Then we put the text. Okay, that's so important. There's order. Among the body, speech, mind, which are more important? Speech and mind. Among the speech and mind, which are more important? Mind, right? So important. This means body, speech and mind. So you must put the Buddha statue first, then above you can put the teaching. There's a reason at the Buddha lifetime, due to I think magic of one of the deity, so there were Prajnaparamita teaching texts like books or texts, and one Buddha statue made of diamond. The Buddha asked one of the disciple, which one you want? The text and the diamond statue. Which one you want? Huh? Really? Which one you want? Diamond. Of course, everyone say diamond. It's so expensive. You can make a lot of money. Then the disciple, he come closer to Buddha. First he, lift up the Buddha statue. He touched to, forehead. Then he said, Buddha, I don't want the statue. I want the teaching. It doesn't mean I don't have a respect to the statue. I do. For me, teaching is more important. Right? How? Why? You just look at the Buddha statue for 10, 20 hours, a few years, you don't learn anything. Right? When you open Lamrim, when you open Heart Sutara, you learn so many things. Through your learning, you can gain a lot of knowledge. Through gaining a lot of knowledge, you can reduce all the negative thoughts. Through reducing negative thoughts, you can achieve what? Liberation, Buddhahood. That's why, teaching very important. Teaching. Among the teaching and mind is very important. Buddha mind. Because I don't think you read all the pages. Or I think here, even though it's so important to explain here, I prostrate to the mother of the Buddha and hearer and Bodhisattvas, right? I prostrate to the mother of the Buddha and hearer and Bodhisattvas, who through the knowledge of the all lead hearer seeking pacification to the complete peace. So who is the Buddha mother? Buddha's mother. I prostrate to mothers of Buddha, mothers of hearer, mother of Bodhisattvas. Actually, who is the Buddha's mother? Who is the Bodhisattva's mother? Hearer. Who? Huh? Great compassion? Are you guessing or you just?
Not guessing, Geshe La, is from the books that you have taught us so many years.
No.
Said so many times.
This is second, I think here. I prostrate to the mothers of the Buddhas, right? Mothers of the Buddha. Actually, the Prajnana Paramita. Prajnana, I'm not talking about teaching, the Prajnana Paramita, which is, the Buddha mind, which is realize emptiness. The mind which realize emptiness, the wisdom we can call mothers of Buddha. Mothers of Buddha. Because Buddha Shakyamuni, other Buddha achieve Buddhahood, practice of what? Prajnana Paramita, practice of the wisdom which is realized emptiness. The hearer and Bodhisattva was also going to achieve Buddhahood because of practice of Prajnana Paramita. This is mother, of the Buddha. That means all the Buddha teachings, the teaching taught by Buddha Shakyamuni, mainly there are two, conditions. One, omniscience. Second is great compassion. Great compassion. Buddha has, accomplished the omniscience. The Buddha knows which person must stable which teaching. Right? For example, I'm here as a, resident teacher. Somebody come to see me. I don't know what kind of, advice I must give to the person. What kind of teaching I must teach to the person. I don't have omniscience. Right? Then first I need to talk to the person, called me 10-20 minutes, then I can think, I must say this and that. I don't have omniscience. So Buddha don't need to think, whoever comes to see him, Buddha gave different teaching and different person. Because Buddha exactly know what kind of teaching is more benefit for the person, because he has the omniscience. Even though if Buddha doesn't have a compassion, then Buddha won't give the teaching for everybody every time. That's why the omniscience, the compassion are the most important cause to teach, cause to give a teaching. That means compared with Buddha's speech and mind and body, speech and mind are more important than the body. Compared with mind and teaching, speech, the mind are more important than the teaching, because the compassion, omniscience are the most important cause of the, Buddha teaching or giving teaching. Quality, right? Next, another important, I thought we should explain here. Page number 186. Bodhowa said, Bodhowa, right? One of the Kadamba master, very important lineage master, Bodhowa, right? If you reflect on the Buddha's good qualities again and again, you will receive a blessing commensurate with the stand of your mind, because you have teaching. Now look at this sentence is so important. So before you really, taking refuge to Buddha and Dhamma Sangha from your heart, you really need to think about all these good qualities. Good qualities. Right? Then then you can receive what? You will receive blessing. Then you also got the strengthening of your faith and pure of your mind, because you have gained the certainty about them. We are not sure about Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. For example, when you face problem, certainly you forget to take take refuge in Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. When you have problem, you are not sure the Buddha, Dharma can help you or not. If you really have strong conviction, then whenever you face problem, first you must take refuge in Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. For example, I am not saying, I said many times, I am not good practitioner, not at all. But any kinds of problem I face, whenever I need to go anywhere, I never ask any divination, I never check anything. I just seriously take refuge in Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, and I just go. Right? That means any kinds of problem you face, first don't forget to take refuge in Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. Then next sentence, look at it. It is said that we valued Buddha's knowledge even less than that of an accurate diviner. Diviner, right? Yeah, diviner, right? Are we value the Buddha's knowledge even less than who? That of an accurate diviner. Feng Shui, right? You can say Feng Shui. Yeah, it's who fortune teller or Feng Shui who do that in the mo. In Chinese say what? Food koi? Food ko? Po? Po kwa. Yeah. You can stay, you can use on a dice. That's why, we really put, value. It is said, who said, Bodova said, we value the Buddha's knowledge even less than that of the inaccurate, diviner. If a reliable diviner says, I know that this year you will not face any problem, we are relieved. Right? If he said, this year you will face problems, do this and know that, we stop to follow his advice. Right? Look at, we are all Buddhists. We are always like that. Some Lama says, some Rinpoche say, oh, this year you have so many problems. You should do this, you definitely will do. But Buddha said, yeah. When you say, no problem, everything is okay, then you are very happy. If we think we do not follow his advice and worry, right? We stop to follow his advice. If we think I did not follow his advice. The next time some problem, you think, oh, because I have this problem, I didn't follow he or her advice. Right? But when the Buddha says, you should give this up, you should practice this, do we commit ourselves this injunction? Do we worry if we do not follow them? Right? Buddha said, you should do this, you should not do that. But we don't really follow what Buddha said. Sometimes we are not able to do what Buddha said, we don't have any worry. We don't have any worry. That means actually we don't have a really, strong conviction. We don't have a really pure, belief into Buddha, Dharma, Sangha as a refuge. That was so important. We must, first we have a, two conditions. Second, we must identify, the object of refuge. Then second, we must know the qualities of the Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. We fully believe in Buddha, Dharma, Sangha as a refuge. Whenever any problem, first don't forget, Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. I tell you very funny story. In Zanskar, there was a Geshe. He became Geshe when he was in Tibet. From Zanskar, from Ladakh, he went to Tibet, studied for a long time. He became Geshe. Then he came back to Ladakh and Zanskar in my village. So he always told the local people, villager, should not kill insect. Right, insect. Do you know? I don't think any Singaporean has the bug. People has bed bug in the clothes. In Tibet society very common. In my village very common. Bed bug. I tell you very it's true. It's very. You must know how we live. Because summer is okay, very very warm. You can wash your clothes or you can take a shower as a child. But winter weather is so cold. One clothes we put in 2-3 clothes together. We cannot wash. When I was young, I can feel in whole days the bed bug is eating my body. It's always itchy. Then night I'm quite clever also. I just sleep, upset like this. I put usually we don't have a, really like a proper big blanket, and so first we must wear what we have during the day. We just wear. Top of that we put some other clothes. Then night you cannot see the back part, right? You cannot see how you clean. I just wear my clothes. Then there's a, what do you call this one, huh? This is stitch. Yeah, stitch. Yes, mini stitch. You can see, there's stitch there. I just treat like that. I can feel it. He dropping on my chest. Clean. Then the Geshe said, man, I'm telling a story. You should not kill the back but kill. Then, yeah. Then the local people thought, there's a problem. The Geshe said, you should not kill. Then there was one lady, he just caught the one, he killed like this. Go and complain to the Geshe. Again, kill. Go complain to the Geshe. And it's the story. The lady is not happy. What Geshe says, should not kill. They should go and make complaint to the Geshe.
You should collect and then
Yeah. Then another story, one of the Geshe in Tibet, I think he was in the family. Also, the old lady, collect all the bath, your tooth, collect bath, but he put in the cotton rope, put together. Then he asked to his son, please throw this bath where he cannot die. Throw away, which is where it cannot dry. The other Geshe was, very funny. He said, if there's a place where we cannot die, please throw me. Also throw me. Yeah, this is a very, very common problem. Yeah. So that's why, we not much worry what Buddha said, we able to follow, we are very happy. Not able to follow, we not really, worry about something. Teaching the color of the community. Then next, the community. There's nothing I can explain much, but it's quite easy to know. Okay, next we just turn page number, continues to 187, and the last paragraph. The chief among the members of the community are those persons who are noble beings. So we should not, mix general, sangha, general, monks and nuns, and among the triple gem sangha. Chief among the member of the community are those persons who are noble being, right? Noble being. Among the triple gem, the sangha must be the noble being. Why we call noble being? Noble being. Do you remember four noble truths? Four noble truths. The being, the person who realizes, the four truths through the direct perception, then we call the person is noble being. Noble being because he or she realizes the four noble truths through the direct perception. Okay, noble truth. Also related to the noble, because noble truth, right? That's why we call noble beings, because he or she realizes the noble truths. Think of them in the light of their mindfulness of the good qualities of the teaching and their purpose practice of it. Now he's talking about the quality or the quality of the sanghas. Okay, sanghas. Sangha not only all sanghas, but particularly the noble being. Also, noble being is not necessarily to be sangha. Sangha, okay. Noble being not necessary to be sangha. For example, lay person. For example, Domdumba, who are the founder of the Kadamba. So he was just, he wasn't full ordained being, full ordained person. He took only the lay person vows. But he was very high practitioner. He also we can include into, noble being, not, include into sangha. It not necessarily, all noble being not necessary to be sangha, can be lay person who, realize emptiness for noble truth through direct perception, then he or she include into the noble being, include into, triple gem. Next page number 188. Going for refuge by knowing the distinctions. According to one teaching, you go for refuge after understanding the distinction among the three jewels. Right? Now we need to know each of the distinction between Buddha and Dharma, Dharma and Sangha. The Buddha jewel has the defining characteristic of, right? This means he's talking about what Buddha, okay, Buddha jewel has a defining characteristic of full, perfect enlightenment. This is, distinction of the Buddha. The teaching jewel has the what? Defining characteristic of arising from the Buddha jewel. That's why I said, among the mind and teaching, mind is very important. Because all the Buddha teaching arising from whom? Buddha. Arising from, omniscience and great compassion. Then the community jewel has the defining characteristic of what? Correct practice by means of personal instruction. Now you can see Buddha is perfectly what? Enlightened man. The teaching is what? Arising from the Buddha's jewel. Then community, what? Correct practice by means of personal instruction. Right? This is the very distinction Buddha, teaching and, Sangha. Next, the distinction based on the enlightened activity. This I think you heard many times, the enlightened activities. Right? So when we do the Guru Puja, so we offer the Tso Idam, we say, we pray to achieve enlightened activities. Enlightened activities. Buddha has the enlightened activity of giving sermon. The teaching has the enlightened activity of focusing on the eradication of the affliction. The community has the enlightened activity of fostering the enthusiasm. Right now, each has a different, meaning. What does mean Buddha? What does mean Sangha? What does mean Dharma? That means what kind of activity Buddha has, what kind of activity Dharma has, what kind of activity Sangha has. Right? So as a homework, last time what kind of homework did I give you? Huh? Over. Oh. Okay, no problem. I'll give you another homework. Yeah. So about the going for refuge to the triple gem is very important. So everybody read page by page. Read few sentences. Think about. Read few sentences and reflect. It's so important. After you finish the study about this page number 178, from 178 to 214. When you finish these pages, when you finish study these pages, then you really must have a perfect, pure understanding of how to take refuge, what are the objects of taking refuge, how to take refuge. If I don't take refuge, what kind of faults I have. If I take refuge, what kind of benefit I have. So you have a really good understanding about taking refuge. Right? So we can stop here, then we do the dedication prayers. I think we have one more Lamrim class, right? One more or no? We have one more. So for the homework, teaching I think I'll give you a very small, simple homework. The precepts of refuge, right? Page number 192. Then 197. Page number 192, 97. Here you can learn, the general precept and in individual precepts. Only 4 pages, 92 to where until 7. Don't forget the page number, Yeah. So please everybody, do your homework very seriously and be more serious study partner. Okay, so we stop here. So then we do the dedication prayers.